So you understand now this point? Our status is inward looking, not outward looking, even though we may be living in the outward world as others are. Next. The modes of being except in the light of the self. Now we have read about the modes of the nature, sattva, raja and tama. I think you all understood. You should respond, if not I could jump. If you understand it, I will jump. Similarly, you have a modes of the being, what is known as the Kshara Purusha, the Akshara Purusha and the Purushottama. I will come to it later, but you remember this. The Kshara Purusha is tamasic in nature. The Akshara Purusha is rajasic in nature. And the Purushottama is sattvic in nature. You just put it like that. Later when you read these lines at peace, not in a hurry, you will understand these realizations between the modes of nature, sattva, raja and tamas, and the modes of being, kshara, akshara and purushottama. Next. Next. Now this is a very important part. I told you about the purification. Before you can enter into the purification of understanding, and when I say the word understanding, it almost means that you are almost about to merge in the supramental consciousness. That is the word understanding means, buddhi. And buddhi again is of two types. Show the slides. Now, your intelligence, before it can receive something, before it can understand something, first there must be one of preparation. If you want to understand chemistry, you should know the chemical language. If you want to understand physics, you should know the language of physicists. Similarly, if you want to understand the Vijnanamaya Kosha Purusha being formed, the descent of the supermind, you should have the preparation of this language of the three yogas. You should know what is Raja Yoga in its fullest details. You should know Hatha Yoga in its fullest details. Just as you told you, fasting can help you to expand your Kundalini only if you can concentrate on the Mooladhara and fasting, because when you fast you are hungry, and hunger is a quality of Annamaya Kosha. And if you fast and create hunger and you don't fulfill that urge goes up. That is the one of the real meanings of sadhana. That is what I mean by preparation. You should read and understand all these things. And all these things which I am telling to you are there in this book. Probably the order of the presentation is there, changing, but not even the word syntax also. I use the same words as Sri Aurobindo is using. And now, when you are prepared and those same words are used, you are illumined. We are prepared to understand this by understanding the language of the Vijnanamaya Kosha preparation. Am I clear? And now we are reading it. What will happen? The illumination comes. In a classroom, with a prepared mind, we sit quietly. When the teacher speaks, using the words of the preparation, the knowledge is illumined in your brains. Is it not? So this book is the teacher. That is why we always say that book is the teacher, Sadgrandha is the Guru, the Veda is the Guru, the Gita is the Guru, the Bible is the Guru, the Quran is the Guru. If you are properly prepared, it will illumine you. Next. An unpurified heart, an unpurified sense, an unpurified life confuse the understanding. That is where the purification is a must. You just can't say, I go directly to the point. You have to purify your heart, your senses, your life. If not, your understanding will be confused. Next. By the term buddhi, Sri Aurobindo translates it as an understanding, but he says that it is not a true translation. Because he couldn't get a better word, he is using instead of buddhi, understanding. So there are two types of buddhis. One is the higher buddhi, which has all the knowledge, also a knowledge which includes the future. The higher buddhi, that is where the gurus can tell you that the future is imminent. Be prepared for it. And if our higher buddhi is prepared, the future descends in you. And of course, the lower buddhi, the rational, logical mind. Next. Now, our buddhi, now you try to understand technically. Overmind. Of overmind also, and it can be illumined by the supermind. Therefore, it can have the future knowledge also. So now what happens here? Our understanding has three problems. First is the desires. You understand properly that you should not copy in the examinations. Everybody knows it. But your desire to get more marks, you understand, the understanding has gone to dogs. Next problem, illusion of the senses. This is what in Gita he says about the Rajasic aspects. In the beginning they are like Amruta, but in Parinama they are poisons. That is a problem. Like smoking, like tea, or etc. etc. The illusion of the senses that you are drinking tea because you want to feel fresh. You can feel fresh by going into air also, fresh air. You need not smoke. But your understanding is clouded. And you give a cause which is not the real cause, is the sense mind which clouds your understanding. So first is the desire, and the second is the sense mind, or the mind which justifies your actions. Next. The third cause is improper action of will. We just don't know what we should do and what we should not do. Next. In a complete silence only is the silence heard. One is the small s and one is the capital S. Maunavyakya prakatita parabrahma tattvam. That is the law. You can understand the Parabrahma, the Brahma in action and Brahma as the witness, only in silence. And that silence is a dynamic silence, the silence of samadhi, not the silence of sleep. And that is the silence, and that silence gives you shanti, peace. Next. Concentration. Are all of you understanding? So this is the purity. The purity of understanding, then the three impurifications I have already given you in the previous slides. You remove them, and then what you are supposed to do, you concentrate. The mold, the akara of the Vijnanamaya Purusha. And how do you get the Vijnanamaya Purusha's mold? That will be the tomorrow's class. The yoga of perfection. The mold in which you have to put the samadhi thoughtless state. Next.